episode, I am going to be showing you how to make baked spaghetti, chocolate cobbler. So stay tuned and I will have more for you coming soon. Hey everybody, welcome back with more. And I'm kind of excited to share this with you guys. It's quick and easy, simple recipe. It's baked spaghetti. And it's something I've watched my mom make so many times. It's so good, so tasty, and I've been making it for my family and they love it, and we make it at least 2 or 3 times a month, you know. So what it requires is 2 pounds of hamburger, and you can use 1 pound of hamburger to each box of spaghetti that you use, but I like to use 1 box of spaghetti, which is 1 pound, and then 2 pounds of hamburger, makes it more meatier, and then 6 cups of mild shredded cheddar cheese. So the water just started boiling. You get your hamburger in your skillet, season it to taste. Like I put red seasoning salt and black cracked pepper in there. I don't use the pepper that's already cracked. Some people do. The difference in taste to me, it tastes a lot different. So I use the cracked pepper in there. I've already put some salt in there. I'm going to put a little bit of pepper in here to get it cooking. And that way you guys can see the process. Let me turn this on. Turn on my exhaust. So that helps with some of the smoke. Okay, so we've got that in there. And I'm going to mash this up a little bit. Get it stirred. It's already started cooking. And you'll be able to see me do the whole process, and then I'll put the recipe up at the end of me cooking this as well when it's done, and then I'll put it up with the picture and what all that you'll need and how long to cook everything. And while you're cooking all this, you definitely want to make sure that you have your oven on 350 and make sure that's preheating, because that's what you're going to need to put it on when you're baking your cheese into your spaghetti after you get this all cooked and done. So we will be right back after I get done cooking this. I know you don't want to watch me cook spaghetti and sit here and stir hamburger forever. That's absolutely boring. So when I get to the good stuff, I will be right back. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, we are back, and it's getting close to being done. I forgot to tell you, when you cook your spaghetti, remember to cook it al dente. That means undercook it a little bit, like maybe a couple minutes worth, because when it goes in the oven, it's still going to be cooking, so you want to make sure you don't overcook your spaghetti. And my hamburger is almost done. I'm going to get ready to drain this here in just a second. So when I get done draining and I get the bowl in there with the spaghetti and the hamburger in it, we'll go ahead and get started on all the fun stuff. Also, I was debating on whether to mention this to you guys or not. In your hamburger, you know how sometimes your hamburger doesn't mush up very good for you. Some people say, okay, you use a fork, it's just fine. I like my hamburger really crumbly. So something that I use, don't hate, I'm just telling you, don't hate. You use a mashed potato masher and you get it in there and mash up your hamburger really good. And it makes your hamburger really crumbly and really good. This way I like it. I don't like big giant meatballs. I don't like, you know, clumps of hamburger. I like it to be very crumbly, and that helps a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and get that for you right quick. And you see my little mashed potato masher? And like I said, don't hate. I swear, I don't want to hear nobody going, really girl? Like, this is my method. This is what I use. This is what I do. And it works for me. So don't question my authority. Just do it. But as you see, that breaks it up really, really, really good. I love the way my hamburger looks after I use this thing. See how much more manageable and crumbly it is? It's worth it. So we'll be right back after I get done draining this. You'll love it. Now we're on the fun stuff. I have drained the spaghetti and the hamburger, as you see, and I got them in the bowl, and this is how I do it. It makes it so much easier on me. I mix this up a little bit so I can get some of the hamburger. You're probably going to catch some steam coming to the camera. So, but now I'm going to open it up. Ragu. And you just pour it in there. I'm going to pour a little bit more in there in just a minute. I just want to get this mixed up a little bit in here. Make sure you get it all up in there good. Add a little more of this in there. Get the rest of it out. then I also let me see, where did my lid go? So I can get every last drop out of these jars. I always turn them upside down. Screw the lids on so I can get my last little bit. See how it's starting to get all moist and covering every ounce of the noodle. If you use a 1 pound jar, I guarantee you're probably going to end up with some noodles that are dry. And then also on top of that, with this going in the oven, you want to keep it as moist as possible. Stirred up most of that, and I just wanted to, because I saw some noodles that looked like they were a little pale, so I just added a little bit more ragu sauce. So I wanted to pour a little bit more in there, and it's dedicated to my homies in that gangsta land. I just wanted to let y'all know. Tipping that spaghetti sauce bottle for you all. Keeping it real. So I got the rest of that in there. And then you want to make sure that you have a 9 by 13 pan ready. And we're going to pour this in there in a minute after I cut this cheese in here. See, this is a 4-cup pack of mild, shredded mild cheddar cheese. So it's like a 1 pound bag. And you put that, I'm going to mix that one up in, and then I'm going to use the rest of it on the other pack in order to sprinkle on top after we get it in the pan. So I'm going to do that so far. And we're going to get that all up in there good. So every bite has cheese. The wonderful land of cheese and spaghetti. Let me put the rest of this in here. Alright, got that out the way. Mix this up in here. Okay. Now we're going to add it to the pan. Alright. Now I'm just going to spread that out. I know it looks a little full, but trust me, it'll be just fine. Use a spatula or a spoon, whatever the case may be. So now we are going to sprinkle some cheese on top. Okay. Make sure you're covering every last bit of it. So good. So you make sure you spread it out and cover it. I'm just going to use the rest of this. Okay, now that I've got that covered with cheese, this is going to go into the oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes, maybe 35 minutes, depends on how, you know, brownish you like your cheese to be, golden brown or whatever, but you just pretty much basically bake it until you see the cheese bubbling on top and it's golden brown. So I'm going to go put this in the oven and we'll be right back with the finished product. Okay everybody, timer went off and guess what's done? The fake spaghetti. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about when I say that. Let me put that down for a minute. Close this down. Okay, now we just got that off the oven, and this is what it looks like 30 minutes in. So good. I gotta let this settle for about 10 to 15 minutes. That way the cheese and everything has a chance to kind of firm up and, you know, get all... Everything gets married, basically. Everything's married in there and, you know, has a chance to get to know each other and cools down a little bit. Because who wants hot cheese on their tongue to burn their taste buds off where you can't even taste what you're eating? So, I'm going to let this cool down for a few minutes And then when I start cutting into it and we eat a piece, I'm going to let you see how cheesy it looks when I cut into it. We'll be right back. Okay, now that 10 to 15 minutes is up basically, and I'm going to cut into this so that you can see what it looks like on the plate. Well, as you heard, the timer went off. I was a minute early. But, well, I guess I always forget to take this around the edges so that it'll come up easier. It's always good to go around your edges. Okay. There we go. Now we shouldn't have a problem getting that out. It's always hard to grab the edges. And then I'm going to put this plate up here. And do you see that? It is worth every last bite. Now I am going to get ready to take a bite here. You do not know what you're messing. I'm telling you. You understand where I didn't say missing? I didn't say missing, I said messing. That's that country stuff right there. Hope you guys enjoyed watching me fix the baked spaghetti. It was the quick, fast, easy, simple way. I could have chopped up all the peppers and everything, but that would have been really time consuming, and I wanted to give you guys something quick to fix for your family. And stay tuned, and up next we're going to fix chocolate cobbler. Stay tuned. Everybody, welcome back to me, and as I promised you, I am going to make chocolate cobbler. Everybody's been asking me about this recipe and how to make it, and I did get it off the internet, so much love and respect to the website I got it from. I do not remember, but giving credit to whoever created it because it's really good. But I'm going to start out with, I'm going to put, it's a 1.5 cups of self-rising flour, and a 1 1/4 cup of sugar, 3/4 cup of milk, and we're going to put a teaspoon of vanilla extract in here together in this bowl, and we're going to mix it up. So let me start out by putting this in here. That's our self-rising flour. And then we're going to do our 1 1/4 cup of sugar, which is already pre-measured out. And then 3/4 cup of milk. I did that. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my teaspoon of vanilla extract. I've already pre-did some of this stuff, so it would save a tremendous amount of time instead of trying to watch me go 1, 2, and all that stuff. So we're going to squeeze out that vanilla extract. Oh my gosh, I guess I had one that was not open yet. So you're going to get to watch me open my new vanilla extract. Yay! I thought it was open already. So I had one just like this. Somebody else must have got into it and made something. And if you go a little over, so be it. Vanilla extract is good, but you don't want to go crazy because it'll make your recipe kind of ugh. Okay, so now we're going to mix this up And while we're doing this, before you start any of this, make sure you preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and make sure you get out your 9x13 baking pan. Put 2 sticks of butter in there and let those sticks of butter melt in that pan, and they'll stay in that pan, and I'll show you here in a few minutes because mine's already melting. I'm going to go ahead and start mixing this up. Turn that down a notch. And this is going to make the crust. It's going to be kind of doughy where you can dollop it out and spoon it into the butter. Now when you mix this up, it will be kind of sticky when you try to get it off the spoon a little bit, but it'll be okay. As you see, I melted my 2 sticks of butter in the pan here, and you're just going to kind of drop spoonfuls of this in different spots. You're going to probably have to work it with your finger. Sometimes I've had it come off smoothly, but then sometimes you don't. So I'm just going to drop this in different spots, because when it all comes together, trust me, it'll be the last dollop. Trying to decide where I want to put that. But as you see, it looks all weird and just scattered about, but it's, trust me, this is the way you make it. You can put it in little spots if you really want to take that much time. But if you do all that, then your stuff will get cold and you won't be able to do what you gotta do. So, okay, the next step after we've got all the dollops in there, as you see, I have, in here I have 6 tablespoons of cocoa powder and 1 cup of sugar already put in there. So I'm going to whisk this together, and this is going to go sprinkled on top. And I will put this recipe up at the end as well. You do it however you see fit. Mix it up a little bit, add some stuff, do whatever you want to do. Okay, now we are going to just sprinkle it all over. And this is so good with vanilla ice cream when you make this. And eat it fresh. I love eating anything where it's made fresh. Okay. Now, you boil 2 cups of hot water on the stove, and after that's boiled, then we go ahead and we're gonna put this and pour it all over this. So this kind of activates and liquidates and does whatever it needs to do, and it helps. And you do not want to forget this step. I forgot it one time, and everything kind of came out tasting like brownies almost. So, and everybody liked it the way that was made too, but I don't want to do that right now. So, and you do not, I repeat, do not stir at any time in this process. Once anything's in this pan, you do not stir anything up. You leave it just like this. And now I'm going to go put it in the oven for 30 to 45 minutes until golden brown. And when it comes out, I will show you what it looks like, and that way you can see for yourself. We'll be right back. Okay, this is the chocolate cobbler. Just got it out, and I'm going to serve some up so that you can see what it looks like underneath the crust. You see all that chocolate underneath there? Yeah, that's definitely what makes it worth it. And then when you put this in here, see, you can scoop some of that out and pour it over top of it. Oh my God. Now, do you see that? Now let's take a look. That is absolutely delicious. And, oh my goodness, I forgot. My husband is on his way home with vanilla ice cream to put on this. But I at least wanted you to see what it looks like beforehand because I probably won't be recording at that point in time. But this is absolutely, everybody that tastes it keeps requesting this to be made. I'm telling you what, there's nothing better. Oh my god. If you're a chocolate lover, this is definitely something. Oh my god. And I know it's sinister and it's fattening, the foods that I made today, but it's not like I eat this stuff all the time. But it's so nice to enjoy every once in a while. So definitely put some chocolate ice cream on here, vanilla ice cream, whatever the case may be. So this is definitely something you want, a recipe you want to try. I will put it up at the end of the show, like I said before. Or not the end of the show, but right after I get done with reporting this to you. So that was the baked spaghetti, chocolate cobbler. Stay tuned next time. The next recipe will be a surprise because I'm not sure what I want to make yet, but I know it'll be something wonderful. So stay tuned and I'll talk to you next time. Till then, ciao.